And it looks, whether people want it to continue like that as a means of turning things that way, I don't understand. If this law is passed, so many things will be streamlined. Everybody will know what their role should be. Right now, it's a yo-yo. Anything goes. This one will do its own, this will do its own. So, where are we going? There must be a law to guide anything, and people will learn to abide by it. Let the law be there. If people don't conform, it will be challenged. And with time, we will learn to do things right. The US, most other countries, these things, they are standards. And if you go out of it, that's it. You can't go to the Gulf of Mexico, go and do pollution, and expect to go free. It's not the president or any president that will go after you. You have regulators. Just like we have DPI, they go in there, you pollute, they pick you from the platform with their own helicopter, not waiting for a company to come and fly them. They come in there, pick you, the helicopter, straight to their office, you detain, your company know the penalty they get, and all the things that goes with it. This one is just, anything goes. Anything goes, and it's not just helping this industry. It's not helping the country. It makes all of us look as if we are stupid people. With all the manpower being trained outside, a lot of people will work outside. We know how this thing is done, and we just doing things like millipede here, which makes everybody look stupid. And all the money invested by the federal government in our time to take people to university to study this course and come out to do it right, I look at it as waste, and time is not on anybody's side.
I get the feeling that from what he has said, that this is like everything Nigerian. The more rough and ready it is, the more people will have chances to make money and cut corners, make money that they haven't really earned.
Exactly.
Do you see that as one of the reasons why people want it to remain that way?
Yes, I have no single doubt that is one of the major reasons. Where people are feeding fat from, it's not easy. Doing nothing, more or less. It's not easy to let go.
Yes.
As an advocate in the realm of activism, we believe that the sectional interests, parochial interests, narrow interests that are inherent in the oil industry, even within NNPC itself, that we all know it's no longer news, are some of the reasons disturbing the passage of this bill. And that begs the question, what do we do? What should be done? There's just nothing else to say other than to say that let us all close ranks, get this bill passed, eschew personal interest, eschew sectional interest, disregard the OPTSs, the international oil companies and the indigenous oil companies who have their private interests, commercial interests to protect, irrespective of in the interest of the citizens, and earn more money and open up the space for Nigerians. You see, talking about leakages that people are protecting, the PIB bill intends to unbundle NNPC as it were and create companies, and that brings into view corporate governance in terms of giving this company over to private hands. About 3 companies would have been created if PIB is passed, and that means that government's participation in regulation will only strictly be regulation, not operation. And that is the advantage of the PIB bill. Irrespective of the failures, we have some criticisms that we can give against some of the contents of the PIB. But it is better that we start operating it now, working on it now, and tinker with it as we go along. Yes, when you have a company that private individuals have a stake in, there's hardly
there's no room for mismanagement.
Yes, there's little room, if there will be any, for mismanagement and leakages. People would want to protect their investments, and that is the direction that the unbundling of the NNPC into 3 companies is intended to go by the enactment of the PIB bill. So the interests are very clear. We know the interests, but it is imperative, yes, that we call upon these interests, that no matter your sectional interest, no matter what you think you may lose or gain, the national interest as a whole, assuming that there is no oil, yes, at least, even if it is better you get 2% of 100% or than 100% of nothing.
Indeed, indeed. Now, Mr. Nai, one of those objections I have read from those who are actually not for the PIB is that it gives too much power to the Minister of Petroleum. What are your thoughts regarding that?
Well, I think the previous law gave more power. And this very one, there are still a lot of bottleneck in it. First and foremost, the principle of discretionary award of leases is a violation. This is public good. So those type of things could be expunged from the PIB and go ahead with it. Discretionary award, there are several things there that are not perfect order. But if you look at it, like you said, they're creating more companies. One of the fundamental things we see in this country is accountability. Right now, nobody could be held accountable for an organization that is flowing all over the place. If you ask that this place here, you are in charge, you are the MD of this is the amount of money you are putting into it, people have interest. If you don't give correct accountability, they run you off. You sit down on the board, the books are not right, my friend, you step aside. They investigate. Luckily, we have EFCC and all that. That's how these things work. Somebody goes out, committing an offense, the person should diligently step aside. The EFCC goes in, do their investigation, the result comes out, and is applied. So we don't have to go through cutting edges here and there. Let us start doing things straight. There's a rule, we play by the rule. So let the PIB come out. There's going to be specific rules and guidance there. Anybody that violates that, face the law.
Let me take you back a bit, Mr. Naim. This thing has been long coming, so I think many people may have forgotten some of the terms in it.
Yes.
Now, what are the momentous issues that the PIB will deal with in your industry?
First and foremost, there are so many aspects of it. There's the regulatory portion.
Okay.
It should be independent of anybody. The MMS, for example, in the Gulf of Mexico, will not take instruction from any government, politician, or whatever. That is your job. They go in there, you break the law, they handle you accordingly. The DPRO here, if they have to go to any of the companies to go and inspect or see anything, they will talk to the companies. Those companies will arrange for them logistically to get there. So you have the pollution. So you go in there to inspect the pollution. The man who polluted will say, it's also time I will provide a helicopter for you. There's no way anything like that happens. So these are some of the things. These should be separate units doing their job with no interference from anybody. The operating companies, the same thing. Everybody will learn to go by the rules. And when you go by the rules, the savings in terms of money is a lot. Look at it, will come up Nigerian content. The essence of Nigerian content, some of us were involved, is to ensure we domesticate this industry with all the manpower and all the money government spend, training people and all that. 50, 60 years after, we're just like we've not started. And it makes everybody look stupid. People have gone out there internationally to run this same outfit effectively with no error. You can't find any of us say this one has taken a bribe in the US or this or that. So why don't we bring the same thing here and do the same thing and make sure this industry works for the progress of Nigerians? But the subterranean things happening underneath makes it a little bit difficult, because the interest groups, I keep asking people, the buccal cavity of any human being is limited. If you put